Dang, dang, dang. There we go. Okay, I'm hanging up off the phone. Dang, dang, dang. There we go. Okay, I'm hanging up off the phone. Dang, dang, dang. There we go. Okay, I'm hanging up off the phone. Dang, dang. There we go. Turn your phone off, Jazz. Okay, I'm hanging up off the phone. Dang, dang. There we go. Turn your phone off, Jazz. Okay, I'm hanging up off the phone. Dang, dang. There we go. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, hold on. There we go. All right. Oh my God. Woo, yes, Lord, indeed. Hey, Meredith. Hey, Josie. Looking like Josie and Meredith came in at the same time. Um, Thank you all so much for joining. I'm going to give a few more minutes because, it's Sunday and people do what they do. Uh, Jasmine is acting as my co-host today because she's my girl and she gonna make it do what it do from that side of the states. You can absolutely share with other people, invite them to come in. I'm going to be doing some readings from the book. I'm going to also make sure that I am giving out some prizes. So we might have to do two of the teacups because since two people came in super early. I can't hear you. You're on mute. Okay.
I took two out.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And so you took two sets out. Okay. So we're just gonna let everybody come on in before we get started because I hate to start and then redo and all that kind of stuff. But I am super excited that we have right now 6 people on with us on between Marcia Blane page, Authentically Peculiar on YouTube. The person on YouTube, I may or may not be able to see your comments. So I will do my best to actually acknowledge you. I may be able to pull it up on my phone, but I'm going to do my best to acknowledge you. But if you have StreamYard, then you certainly can come on, okay? Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go live on Instagram, Jazz. So y'all bear with me while I figure out all of this real quick. And hey, Miss Bernadette, you said you on Facebook and YouTube. Awesomeness. Drive them numbers up. Appreciate you. Welcome to the book launch of Making Progress in the Process to Fulfill Your Purpose. We are live on 2 pages on Facebook, Peculiar One, my Marcia Blane page. We are live on Authentically Peculiar on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. Woo! Y'all, this is new for me, so y'all bear with me in regards to having to look at all these different cameras and stuff like that. We are going to be giving some prizes out. I'm going to monitor the comments on Instagram in order for me to make sure I don't miss anybody's comments or answers to the questions, so that you all can win prizes. I'm trying to give a few more people because y'all know it's Sunday. People may be eating dinner, and I'm trying to get a few more people in. But I'm not one to really wait a long time. I kind of just jump in and do what we got to do. So I hope that everyone is doing phenomenal today. Let me know in the comments how you're doing today. Thank you. I know you all have um, seen me in the Virgin Islands. I got a little kiss going on with the sun and left all of my makeup. So, yeah, that works too. Hey, Demi. Yay, Trees, you made it. And so I will make you all laugh because I know you all have seen my pictures, and my hair was pulled up earlier in the week, right? And yesterday I went snorkeling and kayaking. So let me tell you about that quick adventure so that y'all can laugh with me. So I went snorkeling, kayaking, got on the kayak, and it was my first time kayaking. They put me on a kayak by myself because I'm solo traveling. I got halfway through the lagoon and I said, all right, ancestors, you're going to have to do something because your girl ain't going to make it through this. Right. And so the guy turned around and said, hey, you want me to come back and get us a 2-person boat? Yes, please. Thank you, ancestors. Jumped on it almost immediately. Appreciate it. We get out there. We're stroking. My arms are real sore today, and we get out there. We're doing all of the stuff, walking through. So it's time to go snorkeling. That means put your mask on, breathe through a tube. Y'all do know that your girl didn't make the mask. The mask got on, couldn't breathe. Asthma was like, no, we're not doing that. Stand right here on the shoreline and let's look at these fish. And we're going to take pictures right here on the fish. So that's what we did. And so that ain't the funny part. Y'all, we head back in to land. My guide decides that he wants to hand catch a jellyfish and forget that I was in the boat with him, the kayak with him. We turned over. Kayak on top of my head. I'm going, hitting the water. And going down, I said, all right, ancestors, y'all better come on, make this happen because your girl not going to be left here in St. Thomas. All right. And so came back up. They had to bring the kayaks in order for me to hold on to 2. I felt like a whale trying to come up out of a whole bunch of water, sliding my big juicy booty on the kayaks to get up in the kayak. But overall, it was an amazing experience. But my hair is down, but that's my natural. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. If y'all hadn't seen the video, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do the snorkeling thing though, because like for real, I don't like my face covered like that. If you know me well, then you know I don't even like my hair too tight. So that's where it is. My babies are laughing at me. Just, we laughed hard about that yesterday. This morning, my legs was real sore, but it was beautiful, y'all. This island is beautiful. If you've never come to St. Thomas, come to St. Thomas. Go on solo trips. So we are 10 minutes after. So let me tell you how things are going to roll today. I'm going to read some of the excerpts from the book. No, Bernadette, ain't no pictures of me wailing my booty over no kayak. Sorry. I was cute in my bathing suits though. You gotta follow me on Facebook because no. We ain't getting all that. That's illegal. That's it. To put that out there. That might blow somebody's mind. But anyway, today we are going to read some excerpts. Every 30 minutes, I'm going to award some prizes. Jazz, are you still with me, baby? Because I want you to share the prizes. That's she is. That's my baby. That's my baby girl. So both of my daughters are on. Tuss, I don't know if you are in a position. Hey, Aunt Lynn, I don't know if you're in a position for me to bring you on camera, so I ain't want to just throw you out there like that, but I will if you and Gigi ready. And so Jazz is going to show you some of the prizes that you can win. Jazz, if you want to, the first set of prizes are the Peculiar One teacups with a personal made, it is illegal because I see you, with the coasters, those beautiful coasters that were made by Jazz herself. So you'll get 2 of the teacups and the coasters. That'll be one prize. Ooh, she got 2 sets of coasters. Yes, honey. And so then we have the red hoodie. The Authentically Peculiar hoodie. Hey Scott, thank you, bro. And yes, cuz it's illegal for me to be having my booty showing on a kayak in the air like that. The next one we will have the journals, right? I am endless possibilities. If you know anything about me, so y'all got to keep your ears attuned because some of the prizes are going to be based on me. And if you know me well enough, I am endless possibilities. We don't have any barriers or restrictions except for the ones that we put on. Jasmine Lynn said you look like Sanaya. And so we don't have any restrictions. So that I am endless possibilities is a blank journal where you get to write your feelings and express yourself. So, all right, let's get started. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's right. We got the 4-part cups. It is peculiar, worthy, or worth. Enough. Come on, Vanna. And authentic. Excuse me. So you can also win, be gifted the prizes. We'll ship them to you. So a couple of things real quick. During this broadcast, you're able to actually go to my website, marciablane.com, purchase either a hardback or paperback copy. The hardback copies is $27.99. The paperback is $19.99. The Kindle link will be active on Tuesday, the 13th. I do apologize. I don't have my hard copy books. They are in transit. They're scheduled to be delivered to the house on the 13th. But I'm going to read some excerpts, allow you all to win some prizes so that you can really be a part of this. I want to say to you all, and I'm actually going to read the dedication from my book because I feel blessed that I am able to have a great support system. I know with Demi and Meredith, they were available that when I did the Peculiar One Guided Journal. When they were the ones that looked over it for me, checked it out, told me if they felt like it was going to work, if I need to change things. So thank you, ladies, for doing that. Scott asked on Instagram, where do you go to purchase the book? marciablane.com. Go into the store. You can choose a hard copy or a paperback copy on marciablane.com. There's no I in my name, right? So marciablane.com. I'll see if I can put that on the banner. There you go, Ty. Thanks, baby. And you can go into the store and purchase it there. I'm going to read to you the dedication page. First, I want to say that I'm so grateful that God has chosen me to be the one to help people begin their journey to authentic living so that they can be their best self. I miss my mom, but I'm so grateful that she is always with me, especially out here in the water. So I dedicate everything that I do to her and who she is in my life. To my family and friends, thank you for your continued support as I navigate this life authentically peculiar. Life is a journey that has afforded me to meet individuals who have impacted me, positive or negative. Each interaction was an opportunity to learn, regroup, and move in a manner that has allowed me to use my innate gifts to help others. I thank you. As I continue to journey through life, I hope to be a guiding light for others seeking to live their authentic lives. I dedicate this book to those who have chosen to partner with me on your journey. You so rock. I so thank you. Jazz, you sent me a text. I'm not certain what the text said. I am just so grateful. I had some people that jumped on the pre-sale of the book. 2 people along with a couple of close friends, jumped on the pre-sale of the book. So guess what happened? They actually have their names in my book. See how you miss out when you don't kind of jump on some things, right? So chapter 1, I'm not certain if Avis is on, but Avis was the first person that jumped. Like, I didn't even get a chance to cool off things, and with the email, I mean with the posting, um, and she immediately sent the money into my Cash App for her book. So she was the first person to do it. Hey, Lavette. So her first chapter of the book is entitled The Life Cycle. That is the most extensive chapter in the book because it really does go through and breaks down all of the foundations of your life, from safety and security all the way to self-actualization and everything in between. The book is going to address that. Chapter 2, the farmers, Charles and Jasmine Farmer, that book is entitled Progress. Chapter 3, The Life Cycle, by Dave Lampley Jr. Chapter 4, Joy Ashley Reed, my baby cousin, which is Process. And then the final entry, before the mantras and things of that nature, is entitled I Love Me Again. And Dr. Meredith Smith supported that chapter. So I want to say thank you to all of you all for supporting that chapter very early, to my siblings, to my children. Thank you all so much for being present and being just letting me be who I am in your life. So let's get started with a little reading. Okay. In chapter 1, and then we're going to get ready to give out the first prizes. Chapter 1, it begins, your conception marks your beginning, and your birth signifies the progression of life's journey. Every pregnancy, every delivery, and every recovery are not the same. We all have specific needs that enhance our lives. I chose to use Maslow's hierarchy of needs to provide an understanding of foundational needs and deconstruct narratives that have stifled our life. One of the things I know, Joy always in the mix because she followed the instructions on my Facebook, man. When you think about your basic needs in life, this is really the driver of my book. So often we are actually pushed in a direction of what everybody else thinks we need to say, feel, and or do in our lives without our voices. And so that means that we're born into situations that we can't control. We are connected to situations that doesn't always treat us well. And so in those basic needs in that hierarchy, what we've learned to do is to be able to say, wait a minute, I need to get my voice back. I need to move in some things that are going to make my life different. So let me back up a little bit because y'all know Marcia be getting ahead of herself. And I want to read the introduction to you all. Life brings us to various roads. Our journey is uniquely designed and serves to guide us toward our purpose. We approach intersections that require us to make life-altering decisions. Our decisions are guided by the information provided by our influences. What are those influences? Those influences are individuals or situations that create experiences, impacting experiences. Those experiences, they're not always traumatic, but they can create change. The crossroads help form your progress, your process, and your purpose. Progress is easily defined as forwarding motion. Steve Harvey in 2016 made the statement on his radio show, Inch by Inch, everything is a cinch. For every step that you take in life, is an opportunity to progress. Forward motion. Everyone's progress isn't at the same level, at the same time, and everyone doesn't arrive at the same point. But forward motion produces progress. Forward movement can resemble whatever an individual defines. Life's various experiences are to push you in a forward motion. Progression was not meant always to be easy. Just imagine this. You set a deadline to meet a specific goal. You have 2 weeks to achieve the goal. You either choose to procrastinate or you can choose to go ahead and activate a plan and progress. Whatever your choice is, there are consequences. One choice can create anxiety, and the other, a safety net. Inch by inch, everything is a cinch. The freedom of choice allows you to determine the next move. That next step is called process. Process can simply be defined as the ability to identify steps that lead to the desired goal. Procrastination and progress are strengthened or weakened by the process. If procrastination is your choice, you can expect a delay in outlining a process or identifying and moving a plan forward that could create distractions and unnecessary stressors. It's easy to be blindsided. The right to finish and to meet the goal can impede the celebration of achievement because of procrastination. Procrastination can often resemble a lack of discipline and commitment. Progress is identified as it allows you to develop a plan and anticipate distractions. There's no right or wrong way to achieve a goal. Goal achievement is based on how you want to spend your energy. Make peace with your own process. Your process does not look like someone else. Your end goals does not look like others. Your desire to execute a plan in progress denotes your own process. For you to progress and see the benefits of your progression, you must combine process and plan with progress so that you can move towards your purpose. Ooh, that purpose is such a complex and simple word. Everyone is seeking an answer to a single question: why am I here? One thing is for certain: your existence is purposed. The purpose is filled with the power and force that drives your existence. The thing that stops you from sleeping, it does not allow you to move forward without surrender and makes life difficult until you adhere to that purpose. That's your purpose. Your purpose is so specific that you were born with every tool you need to achieve it. That's right. You were born with the hunger, the desire, and unexplained pulling to achieve goals and walk in purpose. The purpose is the natural gift that you operate in seamlessly. But let me be clear: I'm not saying that you won't go through tough days while walking in your purpose or identifying your purpose. But still, I'm saying that for every step you make, every move and progression guided by your process will help you reach the goal of fulfilling your purpose. So let's go ahead and get ready. Let's get ready for this ride. Hold on, it's going to get tight, it's going to get bumpy, but it's doable. Welcome aboard the Progress, Process, and Purpose flight. This journey into your authenticity is moving forward. Your captain on the journey, Marcia Blane. And that is the introduction. Tell me your feedback. Let me hear what you got to say before we move on. And Jasmine, we're going to get prizes ready. So I'm watching the comments. Thank you all for everyone that has joined. I'm looking at Instagram as well as Facebook and what is this, YouTube, all of that good stuff. So what are your comments about either the introduction, the dedication, any of that? Let me hear you in the comments. You love the ending, that you're ready for that ride, that bumpy ride. Thanks, Naya. Appreciate you. Hey, Most, that's my little sister, recognizing that each journey is individual. That is deep because we're so busy trying to fit in. I was talking to someone earlier that was just so caught up in trying to look like everything on social media that they did not have. Hey, Janice, they did not have an idea of who they were, right? You have to decide that you're yourself. You don't have to look and be like everybody else. Purpose is so critical. I teach about purpose versus passion. How do you explain the difference? Ooh, your passion actually is a foundation of your purpose, right? Because it's that gift inside of you. You have a passion that doesn't even you don't even understand how you got it. It's kind of like the gifting of being the talented and things of that nature. It's nothing that you asked for. It's nothing that you decided for yourself. It's in you. So that difference between passion and purpose, they actually kind of interconnect. When I have a passion, that passion is literally pushing us to our purpose. Because here's the thing, and Batman, you know this, when we were, as a therapist, I hear a lot of therapists that's on burnout. I don't get burned out because therapy, motivating people is who I am. That's what I do. So I don't have room for burnout. When you are actually walking in your purpose, when you are filled with the passion of your purpose, ain't no burnout because you're having fun. You having fun. Does it get tough some days? Absolutely. Absolutely. But when you are walking in your passion, man, listen, I don't care what comes up. I don't care. You don't burn out. You don't cave in. You don't quit. You don't want to give up because your passion is such a burning light inside of you. There's no quit. There's no stop. I remember being on the journey of motivating speaker and things of that nature. And I talk about it in the book, the first time that it happened to me at Mount Zion in Doraville, Georgia, where one of the mothers actually said, "Hey, you girl, you're going to speak for the motherboard's anniversary." I was 20 years old, 21 years old. Yeah, 21, I believe. And a single parent, 2 babies that came out of my womb. Y'all know I got 3. Tamisa is my number 1 baby, right? Hey, Aunt Cherry. And I had been called a Jezebel and so many other derogatory names. But when she tapped me, like put me in the game, coach, everything, and you'll read about that in the book about purpose, everything about my life changed. My aunt reminded me the other day, she said, "You know what, baby? You have been talking about Peculiar One for 30 years. And I said, T, a lot of people think that you just wake up and things start happening. That is not how that works. You got to till the ground. You got to plant some seed. You have to give yourself permission to go through. We don't ever know what's underneath the ground where the weeds are. And one of the books in the chapter talk about the excavation process when they're beginning to move out land to build houses. You have to get to the point, right, where you begin to move out and move the weeds up so that you can live in your purpose. Valerie said, the passion is so intoxicating that I feel alive when I'm walking in my purpose. Cherry said, having purpose is the key to your own self-happiness. Nobody can make you happy without you being happy for yourself. Listen, and I know I'm jumping all over the place, y'all. I promise you, I'm going to try to get to a lot of things that I wrote down. There's one particular thing that I know I've got to read to you all. When you think about this, you have to understand that until you decide that you can be happy with you, that you own your passion, you own your purpose, everything then will start aligning. You'll put standards in place, expectations in place. You won't take BS from people, right? You will literally begin to walk and say, you know what? This is giving me the energy to push away from folks and through purpose to living that authentic life. Society wants to hold us in these boxes, right? Don't allow yourself to be trapped inside of a box. I'm going to go ahead and throw a plug in there. If you hadn't gotten the Peculiar One guided journal, we don't fit in a box, get that on the website, right? Because you'll see that in that process, you can free yourself from all these boxes and restrictions and things of that nature. So I'm gonna break real quick because I want to award a prize. I said I was going to do this every 30 minutes, and I like to be timely. My granddaddy, Richard Blaine, said, everything that you do it on time. Be before time so that you're on time. If you're after time or right on time, you're already late. So you missed some opportunity. So, Jasmine, we were going to award the first two people that signed in with the tea set and coaster set. But one of them already has a tea set and coaster set. So we're going to have to give her something different. Meredith has the tea set and coaster set because Meredith is like one of my huge super fans. I don't care what I come up with, she getting it first, right? She gonna make sure that she jumps in first and get it. So Bernadette Woods is going to get the other. Josie is going to get one, and then Bernadette Woods is going to get the other tea set and coaster. Okay, so those are who those two are going through. Meredith is going to get, we're gonna come up with something for Meredith. Cause yeah, we're gonna come up with something. Meredith, you know how we do. We're gonna create you something, right? And so we're gonna keep going. Mosi said that's that Blaineism. Absolutely. Grandpa Blaine was so he was my voice of reason and wisdom, right? Everything from his prior to dying to visiting me after he died to me feeling his spirit throughout my life. I can feel my granddad throughout this process, So yes, Taisha. Hey, girl, hey. And so we'll come back, but let me jump back into some stuff in the book, y'all. I'm super excited, super excited. So that was the introduction. I know that a lot of people talk about the hierarchy of needs and different things like that. But, one of the things that the hierarchy of needs show, and you'll see the diagram in the book. And basically, if for those that don't know what that is, there's a 5-step area from physiological needs to self-actualization. Your physiological and safety needs are on your basic level. That means food, water, warmth, rest, security, and safety. I'm going to talk about that for just a few moments. If you haven't read the Viola Davis book, please read that book. One of the things that stood out to me was when she said, I was so hungry, I couldn't think. I didn't know where we were going to be staying from day to day. We got evicted and things of that nature. We have to recognize that so many people have gone through traumatic experiences outside of their control. And those things will actually guide how you function. For Viola, when she was met with an alcoholic father, instability as far as security in the home, physical violence, observing all of that. What she did is she internalized it as a strength to push her towards her goal. Yes, that's the book, Finding Me, Viola Davis. She used that. A lot of people think she popped up on the scene, but she actually began to speak, and you'll find some mantras in the book as well. She actually began to speak her life very early on regarding how she wanted to be. She wanted to be an actor. She saw Cicely Tyson. That generated a lot of interest for her, and it helped guide her through her purpose. That insecurity, that hunger, that feeling of safety, little people who are neglected and abandoned and things of that nature, they are impacted. Then we have the psychological needs, which is belonging and love and self-esteem. Understanding those intimate relationships, developing friendships, feelings of accomplishments and prestige. All of those things are very important. We have to have a balance in those lower levels to get to self-actualization. Self-actualization is where we're walking in that purpose. We're walking in that process. We recognize that there was a lot of things in our lives that we couldn't control, but we're taking control of it now. So that's what this book is going to really help guide you all through as you go through the process of learning who I am. So here's another quick excerpt. When you consider the road to safety and security, you have to wonder what things would have been like if there weren't so many bumps or hurdles to overcome, but more opportunities for support. When you think about building the foundation of a house, the first thing that a company does is survey the land to determine how to excavate the grounds. They identify loose roots and all the trash to be removed before pouring the foundation. We have to begin to take a look at our foundation, tearing it up, when we have to make the necessary adjustments to shake off those negative things that have been poured into us as we're trying to develop our own space of greatness. So when they tear down the foundation of negative words that you were told yourself, that you've told yourself, or what others have said about you, it strips the power of the brokenness from your foundation. You position yourself to achieve self-awareness, self-love, security, and stability. When you tear those negative words down and replace them with words of empowerment, you have a new beginning. I'm not saying that your past experiences didn't happen, but what I am saying, they no longer deserve a front row seat in your life. I challenge you to identify what is needed to be replaced in your foundation. When you think about that foundation change, none of us could control the families that we were born into. None of us could control how parenting was, our livelihoods was. None of us could control that. But when you begin to actually look at that foundational change, you can begin to tear up some of that crap and really begin to build the life that you want for yourself. It really does begin with you just giving yourself permission. Now, I'm going to read that. Cherry says she saw an interview with Viola where she said the only reason she has been successful in Hollywood is because she's been her authentic self. Listen, let me tell you something. Living in authenticity is the absolute best thing that I could have done for myself. Learning to have a voice, learning to understand Marcia. When I came out of that space, and a lot of people, they laugh and it's like, no, you couldn't have had low self-esteem. No, I had severe low self-esteem, especially in junior high school and high school, severe low self-esteem. I remember, and I talk about this in the book, where one of the guidance counselors, so many people love this guidance counselor, but she was a bane to my existence. That woman told me that I was not going to be smart enough to go to college, that I, needed to worry about just finding a job. She dead, rest her soul, wherever her peace may be. But those kind of words will ruin a kid if a kid doesn't know how to tap into their authentic existence. I've learned I don't need people to validate me. I'm great all within my own goodness. I'm great within my own self. If you wait for people to validate you and your existence, guess what? Whenever they stop, they pull it away from you. Is that really the power that you want to give to somebody else? So I'm going to read this and grab your tissues, because this is such an intimate love letter to yourself that I got permission from my client to put it in my book. If you don't know, one of the first things that I give as a homework assignment is writing a love letter to yourself. And I get cussed out by my clients. They tell me I can't do it. They cry the whole 9 yards. They say they hate me, but they keep coming back to therapy. So I'm doing something right. And so this particular love letter rocked me to my core. Literally, as I began to read it, I could see this client talking to their younger self, that person, that little person that we often leave behind, that we sometimes forget in the midst of things because of society, because of the boxes that we've put ourselves in, because of the restrictions that we've put ourselves in. So I'm going to read it. So grab your tissue. Don't get mad at me for having a few tears, okay? Dear me, if you had asked me years ago if I love you, I would have said yes without a pause. I gave you companionship, security, and financial stability, but I realized that I didn't give you love. In trying to give you all those things, I forgot to put you first. Everyone who provided what I thought we needed always came before you, so I apologize. I know I have loved people that have treated me less than others, loved people that I should have let go, loved people who physically and mentally hurt me, and yet we were the ones that suffered unhappiness in the long run. I wish I could stop those tears you cry behind closed doors. I wish you didn't always have to appear like you have it all together. In the long run, I truly wish that I could make you happy unconditionally. I don't hate you, but I realize I don't love you. I just don't know what that means or how to. How can I love someone who doesn't know who they are anymore? You let past relationships diminish your confidence by always telling your flaws. So you changed, not for the betterment of us, but for their happiness. You know what I miss? Those days when we were focused on working out, reading a book, writing poetry, or dancing to our favorite music all by ourselves. Why did we get here? Listen, just make a promise to me starting today. Please figure it out for us. I want to love you and I want to be in the best relationship we've ever had. Sincerely, me. What are your thoughts? I know, grab your tissue, go ahead and put them in the comments. That was so, that was deep, Ty. That was deep. That was, when I tell you, when I read it, I don't always get emotional about my clients' love letters because I know that my job is to help them see themselves, to see their power, to see their voice. When my client gave me that permission to put that book, that love letter to herself in the book, I was elated because I know if nothing else, that letter is going to help people really get to a place of loving themselves. You're right, Treese. It is a lot to process, and it's beautiful, and it's self-aware, and it's strengthening. It's whole. It's them saying, it's okay for me to love me again. When I tell you that living this journey of authentic lifestyle, being able to say that I can heal from where I left us and bring us to this journey to now and be my best self, that's it. That is it. And that is not to say that there won't be challenges and setbacks, right? But what it is saying is that it is saying that it gives me permission to learn to love me in the process. Yes, I'm glad that it's in the books too, that it's a great reference so many people can tap into it. Um, People, you're right, bro, people think that they love themselves, but here's the thing, when we talk about that hierarchy, people say I love you, right? Without an understanding of what I love you means because they didn't have it. They didn't know how to love themselves. So they didn't know how to actually put themselves in a position to teach people how to love them. So I'm excited that it's in the book. I'm excited to hear you all's feedback. And one of the things I want to remind you to do, please, as you go through this book, be gentle with yourselves. This book is going to unearth some hurt, some pain, some scars, some deep roots that you were not addressing. You couldn't figure out why you were unhappy with it. You couldn't figure out, why do I get so angry? Why am I so easily irritable? Why does this statement hurt? Why does this do this? And why does this do that? Well, the truth is, in this book, you're going to find how to redefine how you even speak to yourself. You're going to redefine how you show yourself that grace, giving yourself the opportunity to be empowered and loved. And loved. There's no way around this process without loving who you are. I can't wait to get it to you, because I promise you the books will be at my doorstep on Tuesday when I get off the plane. I will go live showing the copies of the books. If you go to marciablane.com and go to the store, choose your paperback copy or your hard copy. I'm going to autograph it, send bookmarks with it, and ship it out priority so you can get it as quickly as possible. Okay, I'm super, 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 super excited about you all getting the book in your hands. I want to read another excerpt. Immediately upon entering the world, there was a need to belong. Belonging is an important part of psychological and social needs. We need to feel like we are a part of something. We need to feel like we are visible to others. We have that overwhelming need to just fit in. How many people on the live, and you can just comment, have fought to fit in most of their life and still feel like an outsider? Yeah, people want to be around you when you're giving them something, you sacrificing all of yourself for them. But how many people have really wrestled? And you don't have to come in. I don't want you to feel like, you have to put your business out there. But I'm hoping that you're going to be true to yourself in this process. Feeling like I need to fit in so that I can feel loved, so that I can belong, so that I can feel like I'm valued. But then here comes folks, and they turn around and they see that weakness of belonging and they take advantage of it. They begin to manipulate what that looks like for you. And so here you are fighting and struggling again. Pick me, I'm here, I want to be there, validate me, when we're giving so much power to people, right? To say you're enough. Bernadette said, I did it so people would like me. Here's where the challenge is. And Tree said, I do it and I don't care because I don't fit in anymore. And Donna said, I'm past that, thank God. Cherry said, me. I am telling you that when you can think of it like this, being in bondage, you were handcuffed in the backseat of a police car, you hadn't done anything wrong, but you've been falsely accused. In the backseat of that car, you're trying to plead your case that I need to fit in, I need to belong. No, what you need to be is true to you so that people will no longer take advantage of you. As soon as you start actually putting yourself in the forefront of being about your business, about your priority, about your empowerment, people gonna drop off because they're gonna be like, why are you changing? Something different about you. Yeah, the difference is you can't use me and manipulate me anymore. When you can get to that place, I promise you that authentic life is going to be so rewarding. When you can, my baby said, I got to change that mindset. Yes, when you can change that mindset first, if you don't remember anything tonight besides that beautiful love letter, remember this: the only person that you owe is yourself. I agree. I agree, Lynn, that with diversity and inclusion and in professionalism, that fitting in that corporate America track is a thing. But here's the thing: you don't owe anybody to be pleased with you but you. If you want to manipulate somebody, manipulate your mind and go ahead and turn off all of those negative things that you're telling yourself you got to tolerate to belong, because that's not the truth. That is not what it. Oops, sorry, the camera fell on Instagram. My bad, y'all. That is not the truth at all. And you have to decide what your truth needs to be, right? You have to decide that for yourself. When you are caving into this belonging thing, you've lost yourself. You've lost your true self. You've lost your voice. You've lost your permission and your own empowerment. You get to take that back. Reading this book is going to help you to get to that point. I'm going to read this poem. And y'all, I mean, y'all probably don't know, but I do write a lot of poetry. And I'm going to read this poem to you that kind of fits in where we are. 20 more pages, Marcia. 20 more pages. Go in. And the book is about 100 and I think it's 65 pages or something like that. I'll let you know in a few minutes. That's not important. Y'all gonna read it all anyway. Y'all pray for me. I'm getting my voice together because I am going to be recording so it can go on Audible. So I'm excited about that process. So here's the poem. It's entitled, I Choose to Define Me. I came into a world with labels and a definition that I was expected to accept, but I found the strength in my voice and I changed the narrative. I decided that no one could restrict me to a box. So I began the journey to find a new place, to find my place, my thoughts, and my voice. I changed the narrative. I stand in awe of my newness and acceptance of who I am. I no longer cling to the definition created by others. Today, I choose to define myself and I changed the narrative. Tell me your thoughts about it. Thanks, Most. Yeah, I'm super excited about Audible. I am going to be recording that. I got to set up the studio sound. But tell me what your thoughts are about choosing to define yourself. Do I need to read it again? Yeah. Oh, you know what? That could actually work, Bernadette. Is it okay for me to share that it was you? I know I'm kind of asking you on the open spectrum forum. Yes, I love creating the own narrative. Yes, I think Bernadette, you need to be there so that you can read your letter in your voice. Bernadette is my client who gave me permission to insert her love letter, right? And I think that it would be awesome for you to read that portion of the book. We'll get together on that. We'll get together. And mostly, yeah, the thing about it is I've never owned the word weird. I've always owned peculiar because I've never liked fitting in a box. I've never liked trying to fit in because I didn't fit in. And I got tired of the fight. So, that whole, weird one, we're not supposed to be like everybody else. That's not how we were created to be, right? And so one of the things that Tree said, she said, I've had to change my narrative several times. Listen, life is like a stage. All we do is evolve. That means for every act, we can erase. I know Lena and Janice has done and Terry have done a lot, especially in Janice have done a lot in the artistic community, being part of the operas and different plays, and shout out to my aunt for being in for Color Girls, all of that stuff. But they know that endings can change. My Aunt Cherry said, I struggled to fit in because the color of my skin was darker than most. Darker girls were pushed to the back, but I fought to get to the front of the line. But I started to love me. God made me so, and that was not a mistake. Listen, let me tell y'all something about my Aunt Cherry. She is the diva extraordinaire. I know a lot of people say to me, man, you can dress, you can do this, and you can do that. I come from a line of Turner women who are divas all by themselves. My Aunt Cherry's stage name as a model was Charette. And there are times when I'll go home on her page and say, okay, get it, Charette, because I remember those high steps. I remember her walking in those fashion shows. And baby, when I tell you, it was life. It was life. Naya said, defining yourself is definitely taking control of your life and your story, and it feels so empowering. Lena said, that's us, amazing. I was enrolled in a class at Rice, and there was a whole chapter about changing or being in control of your narrative, because in the absence of that, others get to create your story. There is actually a section in the book, which is why it's really important to get the hard copy or the paperback copy, because in the book and on Kindle, you may be able to write on it. I'm not certain, but there is a part where you get to actually write your new story. Stop allowing other people to create things for you where they telling you mean you this. No. Don't own other people's definitions of you. You don't need to. You don't need to own their definitions. Own your definition. What are you saying about you? What have you accepted about you? All that other stuff, if you start questioning, well, am I really mean? Then the answer is probably no. Now, if you like Marcia does a lot of self-assessments. Leading up to the last week and a half, me and the publishers have been going back and forward because I wanted my book in my hand like it was promised so that I could have the physical copy. And one day, and I think I posted something that says tips of the day, control what you can control. But y'all, when I was telling y'all I was going in, and if you know me, you know me. If I'm going in, I'm going in. I'm a Virgo. I like stuff the way I like it, right? And so I was going in so far, I had to stop myself and say, yo, you like on a whole nother level of assism. You be an ass right now. You can control what you can control, but you can't control. You have to let this thing go. And then my beautiful branding mentor, the coach, when I shared with her my frustration, she said, hey, breathe. It's all a part of the process. It's all going to work out. So, Lavette, thank you so much. And you're right, Aunt Cherry. You can tell your story. And that's the thing. Everybody needs to learn to tell their story. Stop letting folks say, well, I remember me when. I remember, and everybody know I've been married a couple of times. Anyway, I remember when someone called and said, we're trying to reach Marcia Robinson. I said, oh, she dead. She don't exist anymore. I remember when my mother passed and everybody was trying to remind me of the little girl Richie. And I had to remind them, she ain't here right now. This Marcia, the grown woman. Y'all gonna have to deal with Marcia because Richie, she ain't showing up. You have to learn how to remind people where you were yesterday is not who you are in this moment. Where you're going to be tomorrow is not who you are in this moment. You get to evolve. You get to change your narrative. You get to move things around for who you are. All right, Jazz. Let's jump in and do first of all, any comments?
Toots got her hand raised, Mama.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Pooh. Is her hand raised or she was just Tuss? You want me to bring you on screen? Probably not. Or type in the comment if you got your hand raised. Because y'all know this is new to me. So if your hand raised, I'm sorry. Missed it. She said no. Okay, so this prize,
I bought some new prizes down.
huh?
I bought some new prizes down.
You bought some more prizes?
Mm.
Okay, so you want to show
Yeah. You want this one?
them? Ooh, the I Am Endless Possibilities cup. So this
And then
prize, and what's your next one? And they can't see on Instagram. So Treese and let's see. Type your name in the comments on Instagram so I can see your names in the boxes. Centrice, I'm gonna get you a gift. Because you can't compete with the comments. Oh, you can't see the prizes over here. Donna, I got you. And I think I saw let me not lie, because I can't scroll right this minute. Okay, so yeah, I can't help you twist on that. I don't know how to put your hand down. So the next one cup is spiritual gangster. Breaking, what is it? Breaking generational curses.
mm-hmm.
I don't know how to pen pool. So it could, you know what? Let me see.
And then you got your candles, Mom.
Oh, okay. Um, so I see what it is. If I clicked on it, then it'll show over there in the comments. Okay, my bad. So this prize. Oh wait, the candles. Cherry said just send me one. I'm your aunt, so okay, we got you. We're gonna send you something. All right, I got you. Yeah, because you know. But that particular candle right there that Jasmine is holding up is one that you want to hold it back up, who?
Which one? This
The
one?
one that I had specially met,
Oh,
yes.
this one.
That particular, the glass one, that particular one is a lavender based candle, a lemonade lavender candle that I had made. Um, so and it gives a good aroma when you're sitting in the tub and all that kind of stuff. So here's the question, and this is gonna be unfair to the people on Instagram because I went live on Facebook earlier, and on that live, there was a creature that came around while I was on the live, and it literally stopped me because I wasn't sure if the creature was going to was going to get me, right? Does anybody type in the comments if you went on my live, um and I know, right, Donna, on my live, and the creature. Oh no, man! If it was a snake tush, I would have already been gone. So I know you ain't watched my live. Mm-mm. No bird, no. Okay, Naya got it. It was an iguana, and Sissy got it. It was an iguana. Y'all, let me tell you something. This thing was this long, right? And I'm sitting there trying to, get my kiss from the sun moment. And in the kiss from the sun moment, here comes this little iguana. And what it reminded me was after I freaked out and it came to get the flowers, and it really wasn't studying me. No, it wasn't a starfish because it was an iguana. But I was ready to run. But one, couldn't, I was sitting too low, couldn't do it. No, Janice, it wasn't a jellyfish. The jellyfish was the one that got me turned over in the kayak. You may have missed that story. I got turned over in the kayak yesterday, kayaking, because my guy was looking for a dang on jellyfish. But it was an iguana. And what it reminded me of is when we are on a journey of our process, that iguana was not studying me. It was not thinking about me. What it was thinking about was, how can I get to this purple flower without anybody disturbing me so I can eat? And after I started thinking about it, I was like, man, there's a message in everything. When we are actually focused on our purpose, right? It doesn't matter about the distractions that is around. It doesn't matter at all about those distractions that was around, because here's the real truth. If you're purposed and you're focused, other stuff that's going on around, it ain't your business. I love when Tabitha Brown says, because that's my business. When you are focused on your passion and your purpose, that's your business. It doesn't matter. That iguana was not studying me. In fact, I was so tripped out, I called it a luguana first. But when you are focused on your business, that's all you got to do is focus on your business. Everything that you are supposed to be doing with the gifts and the passion and the purpose inside of you, that's your business. All of the distractions, you have to decide when to push them aside. That's your business, right? So when you can stay on that purpose and your process, go get your flower because you need that nourishment. Move the way that you need to move because that's part of your passion. That's how that process works. That's how it works. So when you think about that, I want you to think about, how do I get to the place where I can focus on what I need for me? How does that actually work? When you can focus on you, when you're living in your authentic life, all them other distractions, people, persons, things, you have to assess. You have to decide, are they worth me not being my best self? Are they worth me giving up my distractions? Jess, let's do another quick prize real quick.
Which,
All
which
right.
one?
Which
Wait,
one is it for?
which one was I giving away that time?
Oh, my bad. To Naya,
But what's the price?
the generational the
Okay.
generational curse breaker.
Okay.
All right. So what prize you want to give away now?
Mm-hmm. You could do the journal. It's fine.
So we're going to give away the Endless Possibilities journal. Let's do the journal and the coffee cup together. Is that cool?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The Endless Possibility journal and coffee cup. Um, Meredith, you can't answer. Tamisa, you can't answer. Love y'all, but y'all already know the answer. What is my favorite movie? Type it in the comments. Oh, Naya, you can't answer. No, Naya, I just told you couldn't answer. No, Centrise. Centrise said The Color Purple. My favorite movie. No, Harry Potter. Taisha. You know dang on well there ain't no Harry Potter. That's Jasmine and CJ. Kathy said Beauty and the Beast. Well, she said Beautiful and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is my favorite movie. The next runner up is Eat, Love, Pray. And then the third is Avatar. Those are my favorite movies. Star Wars T. Oh, I figured that, Centuries. I figured that. Now, Star Wars, I think I may have seen one episode of Star Wars, like in my entire life. Bernadette said, waiting to exhale. Uh, the woman singing on the hill. What's that, sis?
Sound of Music, Mama.
Oh,
Sound of Music. Lord
the
Jesus.
Sound of Music. The Sound of Music is in my top 5. Yes, The Sound of Music. I had a client that actually sang to me one of the songs out of The Sound of Music. That was his way of breaking through not singing for years, and it was beautifully done. So yes, The Beauty and the Beast is number 1. That's going to Kathy. the Endless Possibilities Journey, Journal, and the Cup. And because Santrice is on Instagram and she would have not gotten that information from there, we're going to do a Endless Possibilities and Journal to her as well, because I know we got some already made up. All right. Let me keep on moving through this thing. Don't forget, you can jump over to marciablane.com. I will be autographing the books, inserting some bookmarks as well, and getting those out. I know, right? She couldn't remember Sound of Music. How do you, woman singing on the hill? I don't know what that was about, but okay. All right. So let me keep going through the book. I'm gonna do a couple of excerpts. This chapter is called Being Present in the Moment. It almost feels like a fad statement to be present, since so much attention has been drawn to it. As you begin the journey of authenticity, a major step in the beginning is the decision to be intentional and present with your change. Hold on, excuse me, y'all. Century, she had the Sound of Music. Man, come on, you know I'm Generation X. Stop playing. Let me read that again. It almost feels like a fast statement, be present, since so much attention has been drawn to it. As you begin the journey of authenticity, a major step in the beginning is the decision to be intentional and present with your change. Being present in the moment requires you to become quiet, purposeful, and intentional. It forces you to remove distractions. Being present, either in your time of rejuvenation and rest or spending time with a special person or situation, your intention is needed. It's so very important for you to understand that presence, because if you don't show up for you in the timing and the intention, who will? So here's another poem written by me entitled Time. Time is a gift that we don't pay for, but receive as a part of the welcome package during the moment of birth. Time doesn't afford guarantees, but it guarantees possibilities. Time can't be replaced or controlled, but it should be appreciated at that moment. Time is the reminder to be present at the moment and appreciate the gift, because it doesn't always last. Time waits on no one, but you are often waiting on time. Use it wisely. What are your thoughts? Thanks, sis. Got an order in. Yay. Valerie Golden got her order in. She got it in a few weeks. She's like, I'm not waiting for the book launch. I want my book. I want to make sure I get my book. Those are going to be going out again, starting on the 14th. I'll start packaging on the 13th because I'm going to be too excited. So I'm going to be starting the package on the 13th. The gifts that were given out today are also going to be sent out this week as well. So tell me your thoughts about the poem on time. Time waits on no one, but we're all waiting on time. So we have to use it wisely. What are your thoughts? And I know I'm looking at all the different links out here. No thoughts? Okay, cool. We're going to move right along. Right along. So the next chapter that's sponsored by Joy is called Process. Process is your ability to identify the steps necessary to achieve a goal. Identifying your process begins with giving yourself permission to think outside of the rule of norm, facing your fears, and moving out of your own way. Understanding the importance of process is really giving yourself permission to overcome hurdles, to give yourself permission to move past situations and circumstances, your fears, and things of that nature. So you have to decide how to move your own process. Lynn said, as I get older, a little bit sad because I feel like I have so much to do still. In regards to time, you know what? everything is in the present moment. When you have to actually incorporate time, I said this to my brother when we did the podcast. I said, we're the old people now. We're closer into to senior life than we are in the younger life. And so when you look at that, if you're not moving in your purpose and in your passion, you've got to decide that the time is now. Give yourself that permission to achieve, everything that you wanted. I know that it's challenging. I know that setting up the process, one of the things that Santrice did, Santrice, you can't see her on Facebook, she's on Instagram. She is the motivation for me going ahead and putting Authentically Peculiar with Marcia podcast out there. She was just like, what you waiting on? Then she blasted me about something the other day, so I gotta work on that. But we can keep delaying ourselves and then live with regret, or we can go ahead and move fear out the way, or take fear as a motivator and begin to move in our purpose. When you ask yourself things like, what is stopping me from moving forward? If time ended today, right, what would stop me? What would make me say that I need to do this now, because time can't make guarantees? Because let's look at it. So many people had plans pre-COVID. I'm gonna do this at this time. I'm gonna do this at this time. I'm gonna do this and this and this. And then COVID hit. The world got shut down. People had to come up with new ways to make money. People had to reinvent themselves in the whole 9 yards. People had to learn that time is not a waster, right? When you recognize that this is where time is and what's going on with time, you realize that all I have is now, because there are no promises besides right now, right? There's no guarantees for 10 minutes from now. It's just right now. When you begin to look at time from that perspective, I'm hoping that it gives you the push to go ahead and push away from the boxes of restrictions. Bernadette says, I have friends who are being diagnosed with cancer. They are now realizing how precious time is. I don't want to wait for something tragic to happen in my life before I live. Time is of essence. Tree said, it makes me look a little bit differently. We never know when our time is up. And that's the thing about time. Nobody has a pinpointed time. We don't know that. We don't control that. What we can control is what we're doing with the time that we have. So I'm hoping that that poem really helps to push you to the place where you're giving yourself the motivation to move in your time, right? And even with process, just start with, there's a book out there by Dr. Myron Rolle. Yeah, I'm a book nerdy. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I am a book nerdy. It's called The 2% Way. If you haven't read it, I encourage you to go out there and read it. When you're thinking about time, think about it from this perspective. If I can do 2% more to fulfill my goal, every day I'm closer to my goal. Mo said, when I turned 45, I thought, oh no, I'm halfway through life. Then I thought, wow, I'm only halfway. Absolutely. And so in that halfway thought process, that means if you haven't activated everything that you want to do in your life and to achieve, you need to jump on it. Now, today's like, start writing it down. Lynn said, that's why I like buying shoes and taking trips and drinking wine and taking those leaps, because that brings me what I need for self-satisfaction. Everybody's time process looks different. The things that satisfy you is different for each person. You get to decide that for you. And let me tell you something. People gonna interject what they gonna interject and tell you about your life in the whole 9 yards. They can't live your life for you. It's not possible. So if they can't live your life for you, why do they get to speak what your life needs to look like? Why is that? Why do they get to have that kind of power and control in your life? Why is that? Don't give people that power and control in your life. They haven't earned it. Some people feel entitled because of roles and all that kind of stuff. They haven't earned it. Don't give them that. Don't give them that. Give yourself the permission to grow. Excuse me, to live your passion, to live your purpose, to give yourself that permission to say, you know what, the happiness that I have, that desire for my life is for me. It's not about what others think that they need to see in my life. It's not about what others feel like I need to be doing. It's about you. If you're still making decisions to based on what other people think, then you need to come and have a one-on-one conversation with me. Avis said, how do you give yourself permission to live authentically when everyone counts on you? Whoo. I give myself permission to live authentically so I can count on me first. That's number one. Number two, are the people counting on me? Can I count on them when I need? Or have I postured myself in their life as a savior? When we are so busy allowing everyone to count on us, it's stripping the life out of us. Anxiety, depression, dis-ease, diseases, range of them, barrage of them, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, stomach issues, GI issues. You want to know how to get rid of GI issues? Tell people no. If your yeses is because someone is manipulating the situation, that means they're controlling you. Is that right? Is that what you want? The next question would be, am I giving people the permission to control me because I need to feel needed or I need to belong? Well, you know what, little sis Avis? We changing that. That's not going to be your nickname anymore. You are not Captain Save 'em. That is not your job. You are not God, Jesus, or Jesus. Period. If you are in someone's life to help guide them, then that's what you do. I often tell people, my dad reminded me of this years ago when he heard me speak at a women's conference. And he said, the thing that you said that stood out to me the most was, excuse me, the weather's changing. The storm is moving in fast. Is it's not my job to make you read the mail. My job is to deliver the message. It's your job to unpack it and read it. When we put ourselves in positions to be the captain to save them, we're actually taking ownership of their life. Is that fair to you? Exactly, Kathy. When you're on an airplane, they'll tell you, you got to put the oxygen on you first. If you being the ones that people can count on is causing you any distress, you have to then decide where to drop them, and to drop them like a bad habit, like for real. You have to decide that you're not a healer, you're not a deliverer, you're not an ATM, you're not a mender, you're a supporter. But if support causes you to forget you, you're in the wrong business. You need to change lanes. You need to get in your lane. But we're going to talk about that because I'm going to help you break out of that, little baby girl. I was going to say little girl. You ain't little. I mean, you in your 50s like me, but you still my baby sister. So you have to decide that I get to live. And I get to live without the attachment of saving people. I get to live without having to feel like I need to save everyone so I can belong. That's not your destiny. If you're called into a role of a helper, you help and move on. You don't help and stick around to see if they're going to do something with the information that you've gotten. You help and you move on. You provide the wisdom that you've been given to provide. Here's the thing. If I feed you with a fish, I fed you for today. But if I teach you how to fish, you can eat many days. But if I'm constantly there trying to save you, when you going to save yourself? Because the real truth is we all going to die. Who going to save them then? I know that sounds pretty rough. I won't apologize for it because sometimes we need to hear those really straight, hard messages. When we leave, the people that we have been trying to stay attached to, the people that we've been trying to save, they're going to move on to their next victim to save them because you're gone. So basically what they're telling you is you weren't a priority in the first place. Did that answer your question? I know they kind of went around the way, but I get real serious about living your authentic life and being tapped in to other folks and letting them abuse you and use you. Like my aunt said, the truth don't need no help. Just tell it. The truth is you have to be able to give yourself permission to say no and feel good about it. No is an answer. It has a period behind it. Exactly. That's my point, Avis. When you got cancer, there was no reason why you should have had to put messages on Facebook asking for assistance. When my household got COVID, I didn't put messages out there to get assistance because I could afford to do what needed to be done. But you had major surgery, so people knew that you couldn't get up and cook and all that kind of stuff. But where were they? How were they there? You have to decide, if you couldn't be there for me when I was down, I definitely can't be there for you. You have to learn to separate the difference, right? We have to realign the importance of relationships. Relationships should be a reciprocated process. If we're not building each other, then we're pulling away from each other. And if I'm pulling away, that means I'm burning more energy on you than I should be. And that's taking up my time. That's taking up my space. It's kind of like the last chapter of the book, I Loved Me Again. Giving yourself permission to love you, making yourself a priority is an absolute must. There's no way that you can go without loving you and putting yourself as a priority. So I hope that answers your question regarding, really trying to put things into perspective. Just tell people no, or, I got 3 no's. No, no, hell no. Those are my 3. Flat, period. No gonna come off pretty smooth. No, it's gonna be like, don't keep asking me. And hell no, it's just gonna be flat out cut off. I ain't got no room for you because you're not respecting my boundaries and my standards. That's it. Those are my 3. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it because I'm choosing to do it, not because I'm being manipulated or taken advantage of. All right, Jazz, come on back in. Let's get this last prize in. Nobody from my family can answer this question. I love you more. Thank you. Nobody in my
Wait,
family.
you could do two more,
I can do two more.
but this
Uh,
one and another one. Yeah.
well, what's the two questions?
No, I'm just saying you got a hoodie left and the four cups.
Okay, but I only have one question in mind.
Um,
Um, oh, question. What is the title? Thanks, T.
wait,
What is the title?
can your family answer this one?
Yeah, the family can answer this. Hey, Jumbo, got to run an errand. Go run an errand. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make your orders. If you have to jump off, run and make your orders. I appreciate it. The books will be out there. Couldn't get to everything. This 2 hours went pretty quick for me. But if you know this question, this is for the four cups. What is the title of my very first book? Got him. And don't be trying to Google it, y'all. Stop cheating. T, you can go to marciablane.com in the store, and no, Tamisa, you can't answer. Um, go to marciablane.com to the store and choose either hardback copy or paperback copy. Yeah, Tus, go ahead and answer because I don't think anybody on here is going to get it. The title of my first book, Mosi. And if y'all out there on Google, you're not gonna find none of Marcia Blane no way. So stop cheating. Let's see. No, Peculiar One is not the guided one. Yes, Tamisa, Breaking the Bonds of Codependency. That book is 25 years old. Breaking the Bonds of Codependency. I will be be redoing that book. You Googled it and could you see it on there, Thais? You probably saw Peculiar One Guided Journal because the first one is under my former married name. Excuse me. Breaking the Bonds of Codependency. I will be reissuing that book under Marcia Blane, updating it and things of that nature. So Tamisa, we're gonna send you the cups. Now, no family member can answer this last question. When is my birthday? No family members, no close friends, no Josie, no Meredith. Yeah, mostly it was the black cover with the army guys, one person carrying another one off the field. Bernadette, you can't answer either. Mostly, I'm gonna send you something anyway. Bernadette, you already got a prize. You can't get them all. Anybody? Going once, going twice. My actual birthday is September
Give me
12th.
1 second because
Huh?
it's a lag. It's a lag on the
Oh, I
comments.
didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Give me 1 second. Give me one more minute.
One more minute. Okay. Thank you, moderator. Appreciate you. Oh, Bernadette says she want a hoodie. We got you. Kathy, the actual title of the book is Breaking Bonds of Codependency. Or is it Spiritual Warfare, Breaking Bonds? Jasmine, you at my desk. Look to the side.
Spiritual warfare, breaking bonds of
Breaking
codependency.
Bonds of Codependency.
Mm.
Woo! Been a long time. T, I got you a gift on the way. Kathy said that tomorrow is my actual birthday. September 12th at 2:10 a.m. I am a double Virgo. That's why I try to be as organized um, as much as possible. That's the reason why it was so important for me to do the book launch today, because I really wanted you all to be a part of my birthday celebration. I wanted to be able to launch it around my birthday time. And I'm excited that you all came on here and to spend this time with me, to spend this 2 hours with me. I truly am grateful. That people chose to spend this time, because my mother has always said people don't have to do anything. They can choose to show up for you when they desire. And I am oh, excuse me. Okay. I am a true believer in that. I apologize. Thanks, cuz I am a true believer in that we have to honor people for showing up for us, and for that, thank you so very much. I'm going to read one more excerpt, and it's the words of wisdom. My words are the power, and these are like mantras. My words are the power of my foundation that I formed to overcome past pain, hurt, and disappointment. My words of the strength are the strength of my existence and the rewriting of my story. My words are the cloth of defense when negative ideals, thoughts, or images attempt to enter my space. My words are the victor of my existence. I am my words, and my words are me, and I get to define that. My words are mine, and I won't apologize for accepting my greatness, validating my presence, and appreciating me. My words belong to me. Thank you all. Any more questions, comments, or concerns today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You all don't know how much this has just really kickstarted the next 24 hours for me, as I get the opportunity to just rest and relax. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all so very much. And I'll be quiet, give you all some time to type and things of that nature. We'll get all prizes out. Jasmine did a great job. Jasmine, thank you. Tamisa, thank you. My daughters, y'all, are the absolute best. I just want to say that my daughters are the absolute best, and I love them so very much. I don't know where my knucklehead son is. He may be out there. He don't do Facebook and stuff well, but anyway, um, my grandbabies are my, if you know me, you know that my grandbabies are everything. I got a new goddaughter. Tamisa Taisha says she was sharing space, but we know how that goes. Thank you, Janice, for saying it was a great job. Thank you, Donna, for saying this was awesome. Thanks, Cherry. Oh, Quita out there. Okay. Hey, Quita. I didn't know you was out there. Thank you, everyone, for joining in, for all the accolades. Thanks, T. I hope and pray. Jasmine Bernadette said her hoodie size is medium to large. I hope that you all get everything that you desire from this book. Please, please, please don't hesitate to get feedback. You'll start seeing just different announcements coming around on Facebook. I think the publishing company is buying ads and different stuff like that. I think that it's a phenomenal book. I can't wait for you all to get it. Go to marciablane.com. click the store. Now, when you go in, it's going to ask you for your address and all that kind of information, not your address, your email address, to keep you up to date. For anyone that is in Georgia or choose to come to Georgia, the Empowerment Summit for this year is October 22nd here in Hampton, Georgia, or there in Hampton, Georgia. The title of the conference is 11:59:59. There is still time. Thank you, Josie. We're going to get into the time thing, empowerment things. Got some powerhouse speakers that's coming through. I encourage you to go out there, grab your tickets as well. We do give away a lot of gifts at the Empowerment Summit. We feed you well, breakfast and lunch. We release at the end of the day by the lake. So please, please, please consider going, coming to the summit. I look forward to seeing you all there. I am, well, now, because it's storming, the beach not calling me right now. I won't be going back out there. I am going to let you all go. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much for tuning in. I'm working on that, mostly to live stream it. I'm working on that, so let me get back to you on that. Okay. Mosi is asking, will the conference be live streamed? My frustration is with live streaming, you all won't get to eat like we eat because I'm serving food. But I'm working on that, and then if I'm able to live stream it, I will get it to you all. Y'all take good care. Much love, much blessings. Be safe. Know that your voice is authentic. Your life is authentic, and you deserve that. Bye, everybody.